Hey everybody, and welcome back to Erlengrat. And I want to say Merry Christmas, everybody. Now, I know this is coming out on Christmas Day, but don't fear. I didn't record it Christmas Day. I recorded it well in advance. And, well, I thought about, should I put a video out on Christmas Day or not? And I'll tell you what. My OCD kicked in, and basically I had to, because if I didn't, then the episode numbers would just be all messed up, and I just wouldn't be able to deal with it. You basically have to, like, skip a number, and then everyone would be like, hey, where did number 18 go? And I'd be like, well, it didn't go anywhere. Because I didn't want the numbers to be messed up. So I just didn't make an 18. And I just know in my head that 19 was really 18 the whole time, and it still wouldn't work. So here's your video. But I don't expect anybody to be watching this on Christmas Day. You can watch this later. The wonders of the tube of you. Oh, it's just like last year. I am getting a little tired of all the rain here on Erlengrat. Take a look at our forecast. We got rain this afternoon. Got rain overnight. Got rain tomorrow afternoon. Got rain on Saturday. Sunday's good. Monday's good. Rain on Tuesday. So this is day 3 of spring. This is day 4, 5, day 6, 7, 8, 9. That is the rest of spring. They're looking right here. And we've got to get all of our crops in the ground. Got right ground temperature. Put our wheat in. So, well, what we're doing, putting our wheat in. And got to wait a little bit to get a good ground temp to put our sunflowers and corn in the ground. Even though we added precision farming, we are still going to stick like glue to our crop rotation that we set up. I've been watching some videos and watching some folks talk about it and speculating on how will this affect crop rotations with respect to the whole plus yield, 125% yield on everything. And my take on it is it's not going to affect crop rotation one darn bit. Seasons will do what Seasons has done with respect to crop rotation. And precision farming will do what precision farming does with respect to crop rotation, or with respect to yield. Who will win? I have no idea. And I'm not really bothered to test. That's just me. I'm not bothered to test. Not bothered to figure out how can I earn the absolute maximum amount of money spending the absolute least. I don't really care. That's not me. I don't care. I play this to have fun. I don't play this to figure out how I can make the most profit spending the least amount of money. Because, you know what? It really doesn't bother me. I'm doing it the inefficient way. I'm doing it the way I'm having fun. And if figuring out the min-max way of playing is fun for you, well, good for you. It's not fun for me. So that's why we're not doing it that way. But we know from our rotation that we're going to get a little bit of a yield hit in this crop because of corn, and it assumes sunflowers were in there before corn, although I don't think it was. Got wheat. Previous was cereal, which it classifies corn as a cereal, and then oilseed. So yeah, so we're going to get a little bit of performance hit. We're going to get 95% possible performance crop yield out of this field based on seasons. But thing about our soil, got a decent chunk of soil, sandy of loam. Going to give us a good yield. So what are we going to end up in the end? I think we're going to get a good yield. We might not get exactly 125% of the yield, but we've got some mix of loam, sandy loam, and loamy sand. So we're not going to get 125% no matter what. Anyway, will we get more than if we didn't play with seasons and we didn't play with precision farming? Probably. Will we get more than if we only played with seasons and we didn't play with precision farming and we did everything else to the point where we had lime down, we had the field plowed, we had 3 fertilization states? Maybe. I don't know. Or don't really care. You want to run all those iterations of tests? Go right ahead. You want to tell me in a comment what happens? Go right ahead. It's not going to affect my game. But I say, it's just focus on what you enjoy. And if you enjoy trying to get the absolute max out of everything, then fine. That's not what I strive for. Clearly, I don't strive for realism either, because we wouldn't be eating in rain. You'd be waiting until there wasn't any rain. But at this rate, by the time there isn't any rain, well, it'll be too late to get everything planted. But we plant it in the rain. Precision farming, seasons. Nobody penalizes us for planting things in the rain. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to plant them in the rain. Take a look here at our pH. We're perfect on our pH. Our nitrogen, see where we are with our nitrogen. We're not the greatest on nitrogen. Okay and bad. We're going to need to add 40 kilograms per hectare. There. I need to add just 20 kilograms per hectare in our loam. Pretty good there. Over here where we get into a different type of soil. Sandy loam, we need to add 60 kilograms per hectare. Loamy sand, we need to add a lot. We need to add 60 again. So 60, 60, 20. And 40. 60, 60, 20, and 40. So we can do that by putting in solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. I'm just trying to pull something up here from my videos. Or we could add Slurry. Slurry's going to add 60 kilograms per hectare to silty clay. It's going to add 60 kilograms per hectare to sandy loam and 40 kilograms per hectare to loamy sand. And it's going to add 80 to loam. But we don't need 80 in loam. We only need 20. So that might be a case where I employ the manual deployment method, and I only deploy. I just turn it on and off. That's what I mean. I turn the slurry on and off when it is over the desired ground. So I would turn it off when I'm over loam, because I don't need to add a lot of nitrogen to loam. I only need to add nitrogen to silty clay, sandy loam, and loamy sand. So I might just do that. And not use any full-on fertilizer. I might, we're at 180, so we only need 20 there. because wheat wants 200 in loam. We're at 180. Just 20 apart. Pretty good. This again when we get turned around. And then in our sandy loam, right here, we have between 140 and wheat wants 80, so that's 40. And one. In 140 and 120 as far as the sandy loam go, and wheat wants 180. I could apply full on slurry to sandy loam, and what that would do is that would get me up to, that would add 60. That would get me up to 180. Perfect in this section, and then would put me a little bit over on this section. 20 over on that. Then loamy sand, 140. And we are sitting at 80. And slurry puts down 40 on loamy sand. That would get us to 120 out of 140. So that would get us pretty darn close. So I might do that. Basically, we would have used a natural organic fertilizer to fertilize our wheat field and get it as close as possible to the desired nitrogen levels. Sounds great. I think that's what we'll do. Let's take a look here at our other field. Field 25 is where we are putting our wheat to. Field 25 had corn in it. And it is mostly loam. And we have between 180 and 200 already. And wheat wants 200. So we're not going to have to apply fertilizer at all to this field. We're just going to leave it as it is. Close enough. Let me know in the comments what are your all's nitrogen strategies? Have you developed any sort of nitrogen strategy? You go with the fairly, let's say, tried and true method. The fact that precision farming has only been out for at this point 2 weeks. We go with the tried and true method of organic seed and then mineral fertilizer under auto mode, basically top us up to the absolute max that the crop needs. Or are you kind of double applying organic and getting you most of the way there, and then just sprinkling mineral fertilizer on there after the seeding to completely top it all off? You just completely forgo organic fertilizer and just dump ton of chemical fertilizer on the field after you've harvested or after you've seeded or planted. Curious, what are you all settling into? Anyone willing to try the manual application rate? What we're going to do at the end of this episode, we're going to finish seeding this field, and then I'm going to grab a slurry spreader, and we're going to go to town, putting slurry down. I don't think I have a slurry. Slurry spreading is not what I do on a regular basis. We have a manure spreader. We do. We should get rid of that manure spreader because, you know what? We don't have enough wheat to keep it. We're going to take this down to the shop. We're going to pick up the manure spreader. Or not a manure spreader, but a slurry spreader. See what kind of slurry slinger we can get. I get the Mondulo 2 in the used format with Relleberg tires. And then what we'll try to do is we'll try to just apply slurry to our silty clay, our sandy loam, and our loamy sand, and see if we can get our pH up to the, or not our pH, but our nitrogen up to the required levels, which is 140 on loamy sand, 180 on sandy loam, and 160 on silty clay. Got our pH done. pH is kind of a once and done thing. Really don't technically need to. Oh, we still got a little manure. All right, let's go spread a little manure. Sling a little poo. And we can see the line right here. That is the silty clay. Try to line up with that. Go across, we're getting a nice green color. Bringing 120 up to 180. And wheat wants 160, so we're a little over. Interesting, these lines we're getting in the field. So yeah, so let's take a look. We are at silty clay wants 160. We're over 160. We're at 180 and at 200. some of it, so we're a little over. Will we get a yield penalty because we are too high? Good and okay. Go down here, we're going to be down in the perfect range. Perfect, good, and okay. We're not going to mess with the loam at all. And there we go. Okay. Emptied it. Let's go swap it out for our slurry spreader. Then we'll finish getting slurry applied to that field. Did get lime applied to all of our grass fields. So we've got good pH values on grass fields now also. Not sure if I'm going to come around and put any more organic on those fields. Just from the standpoint of really don't need maximum yield off that. I got so much grass. I don't really feel the need to maximize my yield on the grass. I think from a time standpoint, it probably wouldn't be worth my effort to do that. It would make some decent money selling the bales and everything. I don't think I need to. $30,902, $1,904. We spent $1 to fix it, and we got $2 in value back. That's a win. I've been using there's a mod on the Mod Hub. I don't know what it's called, vehicle maintenance or what it's called. But it basically maintains your equipment every day, every night. So that's a side effect of a mod I put in. Talk about that one too. So, get the signs out of my way. So I put a mod in that basically every night at midnight you get charged maintenance, daily maintenance on the equipment you used, and it keeps all your equipment in perfect working condition. So I really like that mod because I end up not maintaining things, and then speed gets slower, then you're just less efficient. Really like that mod. Then I put a mod in that gives your vehicles a tighter turning radius. See how tight we can turn on this slurry applicator, which is well beyond, I think, what the normal turning radius is. But what it does is it also allows the hitch point to rotate. Go around the turn too quick. It's something that's kind of has a high center of gravity like probably this thing. Big tank way up high. Heavy tank. Well, it can roll. And it can roll quite easily. Kind of a side effect of that mod. But man, the increased turning radius is just so nice. But talking about maintaining things. Here, this good working speed. Again, we're not going to apply slurry on our loam. Apply it right here on our sandy loam and loamy sand. So an eye on that mini map for when we need to turn this off. Get close to the loam. There we are. So let's take a look. For sandy loam, we're at 180 out of 180. Perfect. Then loamy sand, we're 120 out of 140. Close enough. Close enough. 20 out of 140. Perfect. Perfection. And 180 out of 200. Close enough. Keep an eye on that mini map as we take care of it. No real need to not auto apply this because of the fact that it's a base rate. You can't dump more slurry on the field to get that extra little 20 kilograms. Now we can get a little bonus by putting it over the manure that we put down. Can apply manure and then apply slurry directly afterwards. That does work. Where are we at? 140 out of 140. Perfect. 60 out of 140. 200 out of 180. 180. Excellent. We've got this field pretty well dialed in. A little excessive here, a little lower there. perfect across a lot of it. All right, guys, and I think that's where we are going to end it for the day. Thanks for coming out and watching. And like I said, Merry Christmas, everybody. And watching this after Christmas, well, Merry Christmas, and everyone had a great holiday into the new year. Be safe, travel safe, and more importantly, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.